Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to this evening satsang. We are going to commence with preliminaries and puja, and then we will go on to the rest of our program. Sprinkle water on yourselves and all the puja items around you. Om pavitraha pavitro va sarvavastangatopi va yasmaret pundari kaksham savahya pyantraha shuchihi. Sip water in the palm of your right hand while meditating on Bhagwan. Om Keshavaya Namaham, Om Narayanaya Namaham, Om Madhavaya Namaham. Rinse your hands. Om Hrishikeshaya Namaha, Om Govindaya Namaha, Om Madhusudanaya Namaha. Put on your kus ring on the right hand ring finger. Om Pavitresto Vaishnavyo Saviturvaha Prasava Utpunamya Chidrena Pavitrena Suryasya Rashmibhi Tasya Te Pavitra Pate Pavitra Putasya Yat Kamaha Punetachakeyam. Using the thumb of the right hand, apply chandan to your forehead. Start at the top of your nose and move upwards. Om Chandanam Vandyate Nityam Pavitram Papanashanam Apadam Harate Nityam Lakshmir Vasati Sarvadham. If you have not lit your house lamp, you may do so now. Om Bodhipatam Brahmarupa Andakara Nivaraka Imam Maya Kritam Pujam Grihastejo Pravardhaya Om Deepaya Namaha. You may also light an agarbatti. Om Vanaspati Rasodbhuto Gandhadyo Gandha Uttamaha Agreha Sarvadevanan Dhupoyam Prati Grihatam. We are now going to recite the Swasti Vachan, which is a hymn of Veda mantras. You should take some flowers and rice. Focus your mind on Bhagwan and Ma Bhagavati while we recite these mantras, which are appeals to Bhagwan for many auspicious things, and we also praise him in many ways. Before you do that, sprinkle water on the Vedi. Om Prithivi Tvaya Dhrita Loka Devi Tvam Vishnu Nadhrita Tvansha Dharyaman Devi Pavitrang Kuru Chasanam. Now take the flowers and white rice, put your hands together. Om Swastina Indro Vridashravaha Swastina Pusha Vishwavedaha Swastina Starakshorarishtanemi Swastino Vrihaspatir Dadatu Om Payah Prithivyam Paya Oshadishu Payo Divyantarikshe Payodaha Payasvatihi Pradishaha Santu Mayam Om Vishnor-aratamasi Vishnoho snaptresto Vishnoho syurasi Vishnor-dhruvosi Vaishnavamasi Vishnavetva Om Agnir-devata Vato devata Suryo devata Chandrama devata Vasavo devata Rudra devata Aditya devata Marato devata Vishve deva devata Vrihaspatir devatendro devata Varuno devata Om Dhyau Shantir Gong Shantihi Prithivi Shantirapah Shantiroshadayah Shantihi Vanaspatayah Shantir Vishvedevah Shantir Brahma Shantihi Sarvagam Shantihi Shantireva Shantihi Sama Shantiredhi Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadrantanna Asuvasu Shantira Bhavatu. You can offer those flowers and the white rice onto the Vedi in front of you. We are now going to do some Dhyan mantras to various forms of Bhagwan. So we're going to invoke the various energies of Bhagwan, and we are going to seek his blessings in many different forms. First, take flowers, put your hands together. The first mantra that we are going to recite is in respect of Bhagwan Ganesh. So focus your mind on him. Om Gananantva Ganapati Gwang Havamahe Priyanantva Priyapati Gwang Havamahe Nidhinantva Nidhipati Gwang Havamahe Vasomama आहम जानी गर्भदमा तम जासी गर्भदम ओम भूर्भुवस्वः गणपतये नमः. The next one is in, you can keep holding those flowers in your hand. The next mantra is in respect of Mata Parvati. Om Ambe Ambike Ambe Ambik Om Ambe Ambike Ambalike Nhamanayati Kaschana Sasasya Shwakah Subhadrikam Kampilvasinim Om Bhurvaswa Ambikaye Namaha. The next mantra is in respect of Kalash Varun Devata. Focus your mind on all the holy places of pilgrimage and Bhagwan's manifestation as nature and this creation. Om Kalashasya Mukhe Vishnuhu Kante Rudra Samashritah Mule Tasya Stito Brahma Madhye Matra Ganaha Smataha Kukshotu Sagarah Sapta Sapta Dvipa Vasundara Rigvedotha Yujurveda Samavedo Yatarvanaha Angeshah Sahitaha Sarve Kalashantu Samashritah. The next mantra is in respect of Bhagwan Surya and the planets that are closest to us and the regions that are closest to us. Om Brahma Murari Sri Purantakari Bhanu Shashi Bhumi Suto Buddhascha Guru Shashukrah Shani Rahu Ketava Sarve Griha Shantikara Bhavantu. Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Samarchanam Maya Kritancha Yatadboha Kshamadvangraha Devataha Anena Pujanena Shri Suryadi Nograha Mandala Devata Priyantam. The next mantra is in respect of Bhagwan Shiv. Meditate on him. Om Dhyaye Nityam Sureyam Yatimatidam Yam Om Dhyaye Nityam Sureyam Yati Gatimatidam Yoga Kadaram Ekam Adyam Tadi Prabhavam Nigamajani Jhusham Dhyanadharavagam Yam Somam Sodharamisham Dharani Suravara Yanchaya Shankaram Tam Bhaktidrekaya Valgam Kalyati Vidusham Yat Kripatam Hi Shambhum. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha Shivaya Namah. You can offer these flowers on your Vedi. We are now going to do the puja to Mata Durga in some detail. So you can make these offerings in front of your murti of Mata Durga. If you don't have a murti, you can make the offerings in front of your lamp. Om, take flowers and rice, meditate on Mata Durga. Om Vidyodham Samprabham Mrigapati Skandastitam Bhishanam Kanya Bhikarabhalaketa Vilasad Hastavirase Hastir Chakra Gadasiketi Vishikams Chapam Gunam Tarjanim Vibranam Analatmikam Shashidharam Durgam Trinetram Bhaje. Om Durge Smrata Harasi Bhitimashesh Janto Swaste Smritamati Mativ Shubham Dadasi Daridraya Dukabaya Harnika Tvadanya Sarvopakar Karanaya Sadardra Chittam Singhasta Shashi Shekara Marakata Prakyeshchaturbhirbhuje Shankam Chakram Dhanusharam Sadhadati Nestre Stribhishobitam Amuktanga Dahara Kankanara Nart Kwachvinanupuram Durga Durgarti Harini Bhavato Vorat Satkundala Kadgham Chakra Kadeshu Chapa Parighan Shulambu Shundim Shiraha Shankam Samdhadatir Karestri Nayanam Sarvanga Bhusha Vritam Nilashmadyuti Masya Pada Dashakam Sevhe Mahakalikam Yamastatswa Pito Haro Kamalajo हन्तुं मधुं कैटभम्। ॐ जयन्ती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा धात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते। Offer the flowers onto the Vedi. Now you are going to offer flowers again. Om Agacha Varade Devi Detya Darvani Shudini Ojangrihana Sumukhi Namaste Shankara Priyam Om Anekaratna Sanyuktam Nana Mani Gananvitam Kartasva Ramyam Divyam Asanam Pratigrihitam. Offer the flowers. Now you are going to sprinkle water 4 times. 4 times you must sprinkle water. Om Gangadi Sarvatirtebhyo Maya Prarthanaya Hritam Toyametat Sukha Sparsham Padyartam Pratigrihitam. Om Gandha Pushpa Akshater Yuktam Argyam Sampaditam Maya Grihanatvam Mahadevi Prasannata Sarvadha. Om Achmayatam Tvaya Devi Bhakti Mehya Chalam Kuru ईप्सितं मे वरं देहि परत्र च परांगतिम्। ओम जाह्नवीतोयमानीतं शुभं कर्पूर संयुतं स्नापयामि सुरश्रेष्ठ त्वां पुत्रादिफल प्रदाम्। पंचामृत। ओम पयोदधिघृतं शोद्रं सितया च समन्वितं पंचामृतं मनेनाद्य कुरु स्नानं दयानिधे। Offer water again. Om Paramananda Bodhabdi Nimagna Nijamurtaye Sango Pangamidam Snanam Kalpayam Hamashate. You may now offer 2 pieces of thread, cotton. Om Vastram Cha Somadevatyam Lajjayasu Nivaranam Maya Nivedita Bhaktya Grihan Parameshwari. Om Yama Shratya Mahamaya Jagat Sammohini Sada Tasyete Parameshaye Kalpayamotariyakam. Offer some Naivedya or sour milk, or even if you have Panchamrit, if you don't have Naivedya, Om, or even little prasad. Om Dadi Madhva Jaya Sanyuktam Patra Yuga Samanvitam Madhuparka Grihanatvam Varada Bhava Shobhanem. Offer some chandan and perfume if you have. Om Paramananda Sobhagya Paripurna Digantare Grihana Paramam Gandham Kripaya Parameshwari. Offer the various colors, abir, kumkum, sindur, etc. Om kumkumam kantidam divyam kamani kama sambhavam kumkumenarchite devi prasida parameshwari. Om sindhura marana bhasam jayakusu sannibham pujitasi maya devi prasida parameshwari. You can offer, if you have bangles and tikli, you can touch it if it's set there. Alternatively, offer some flowers. Om Swabhava Sundarangyarte Nanya Shaktya Shrite Shive Bhushanani Vichitrani Kalpaya Mamararchite. If you have kajal, you may offer some. Alternatively, powdered camphor. Om Chakshubhyam Kajalam Ramayam Shubhage Kshantikarake Karpur Jyotirutpannam Grihana Parameshwari. Offer a piece of thread as a Mangal Sutra. Om Sobhagya Sutra Varade Swarnamani Sanyute Kanthe Bhadanami Deveshi Sobhagyam Dehi Me Sada. Offer rice. Om Rajitah Kumkumodena Akshataschati Shobhanah Mameshan Devi Danena Prasanna Bhava Shobhane. Offer flowers, and if you have a garland, you may also offer the garland, or if it's already offered, touch it. Om Mandara Pari Jata Adi Patala Ketakani Cha Jati Champaka Pushpani Grihane Mani Shobhane. Om Padma Shankar Japa Pushpe Shatapatre Vichitritam Pushpamalam Prayachami Grihana Tvam Sureshwari. Offer a bel patra If you don't have bale, offer flower petals. Om Amritodbrava Shri Vriksho Mahadevi Priya Sada Bilbapatram Prayachami Pavitram Te Sureshwari Iti Bilbapatram Rupam Pushpam Samarpayami. Agarbatti and Arti. You are going to do Arti with the Agarbatti and a Diya. You can do them individually or together in one thari. Om Dashanga Gugulam Dhupam Chandana Guru Sanyutam Samarpitam Maya Bhaktya Mahadevi Pragrihatam Om Grita Bharti Samayuktam Mahatejo Mahojwalam Deepam Dasyami Deveshi Suprita Bhava Sarvadham Hasta Prakshalinam. Rinse your hands after you do this and now offer some prasad to Mataji. Om Annam Chaturvidam Swadhu Rasehe Shadabhi Samanvitam Nevedyam Grihatam Devi Bhakti Mehya Chalam Kuru. If you have a fruit, also offer a fruit. Om Draksha Karjura Kadali Panna Samra Kapitakam Nari Khela Shusham Bhadihi Palani Pratigrihitam. Water. Om Shitalam Nirmalam Toyam Karpurena Suvasitam Ajmayatam Mama Jalam Prasida Tvam Maheshwari. A pan supari set. Pan supari, camphor, clove, money. Om Ela Lavanga Kasturi Karpurehe Sushtu Vasitam Vitika Mukhavasartham Arpayami Sureshwari. Om Puja Phala Samriddhyartam Tavagre Swarnamishwari Stapitam Te Name Prita Purnan Kuru Manorathan. Now do Arti again. Om Nirajanam Sumangalyam Karpurena Samanvitam Chandrarka Vahani Sadrisham Mahadevi Namostute Namaste Devi Deveshi Namaste Ipsita Prade Namaste Jagatam Dhatri Namaste Bhakta Vatsale Namah Sarva Hitarthaye Jagat Adara Hetave Sashtango Yam Pranamastu Prayatnena Maya Kritah. बोलिए जगत जननी दुर्गा लक्ष्मी सरस्वती काली माता की जय. Jai Mata Di. We will now have two bhajans, and after we return from the bhajans, we are going to read 2 chapters of the Durga Saptashati, the Durga part, and we will have more bhajans and we will have explanations of those 2 chapters. So kindly stay tuned. Jai Mata Di.
शक्ति हमें देना माता विश्वास कमजोर होना।
सहर आदमी है, पाप का बोझ बढ़ता ही जाए, जाने कैसे ये धरती थमी है। बोझ ममता का तू ये उठा ले, तेरी रचना का ये अंत होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना माता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। अज्ञान के हो अंधेरे, तू हमें ज्ञान की रोशनी दे। हर बुराई से बचते रहे हम, जितनी भी दे भली जिंदगी दे। बैर होना किसी का किसी से, भावना मन में बदले की होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना माता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण। फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन। अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा के, कर दे पावन हर एक मन का कोना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना माता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना। हम अंधेरे में है रोशनी दे, खो न दे खुद को ही दुश्मनी से। हम सजा पाए अपने किए की, मौत भी हो तो सहले खुशी से। कल जो गुजरा है वो फिर न गुजरे, आने वाला वो कल ऐसा होना। हम चले नेक रास्ते पे, हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना। इतनी शक्ति हमें देना माता, मन का विश्वास से कमजोर होना। माला फूल लेके हम पहली तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। माला फूल लेके हम पहली तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। कैसे हम कर पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ। कैसे हम कर पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ। तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। माला फूल लेके हम ऐली तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। कैसे करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ, कैसे हम करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ। तुलसी के पतवा मैया चिमोटी जुठारेला, चिमोटी जुठारेला। तुलसी के पतवा मैया चिमोटी जुठारेला, चिमोटी जुठारेला। तुलसी के पतवा मैया चिमोटी जुठारेला शेरा वाली माँ। तुलसी के पतवा मैया चिमोटी जुठारेला शेरा वाली माँ। मैया कैसे हम चरा गोपलवा शेरा वाली माँ, कैसे हम चरा गोपलवा शेरा वाली माँ। माला फूल लेके हम ऐली तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। माला फूल लेके हम ऐली तोर दुवरिया मैया शेरा वाली माँ। कैसे हम करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ, कैसे हम करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ, कैसे हम करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ, कैसे हम करब पुजरिया शेरा वाली माँ।
जय माता दी, Jai Shera Wali Ma. Welcome back to the satsang. We are going to be reciting chapter 2 and chapter 3 of the Durga Saptashati. And after that, we are going to have 2 bhajans, and then we're going to explain what we have read today. And I know many of you are listening to Durga Part, Durga Saptashati. You are performing puja in your homes during the Navaratri. If you have some idea of what these verses mean and what is going on, you will enjoy the part better. You will enjoy the recitation better. So these 2 chapters that we are going to recite today are dedicated to Mata Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, and all of us want Lakshmi in our lives. All of us want plentiness in our lives. So I'm going to ask you, if you have flowers, take flowers, put your hands together, focus on your lamp, your house lamp, or a murti of the Divine Mother, and pray to her while I recite these verses. Om Madhyam Charitrasya Vishnu Rishihi Mahalakshmir Devata Ushnik Chandah Shakambari Shakti Durga Bijam Bhayustatvam Yajurveda Swarupam Shri Mahalakshmir Prityartham Madhyam Charitra Jape Viniyogaham. Sprinkle a drop of water. Om Akshastrak Parashum Gadeshu Kulisham Padmam Dhanush Kundikam Dhandham Shaktimasim Charma Jalajam Gandham Surabhajanam Shulam Pasha Sudarshane Chadhadatim Haste Prasannanam Nam Seve Seribi Mardini Miha Mahalakshmim Sarojastitam Om Hrim Rishiruvacham Devasuram Abhudyuddham Purnamabdham Shatam Pura Mahishe Suranamadipe Devanam Cha Purandare Tatra Surer Mahavirye Deva Senyam Parajitam Jitva Cha Sakalan Devan Indro Bhun Mahishasuraha Tataha Parajita Devaha Padmayonim Prajapatim Puraskritya Gatastatra Yatresha Garudadvajo Yatavrutam Tayostadvad महिषासुर चेष्टितं त्रिदशः कथयामासुर देवाभिवविस्तरम् सुरेन्द्राज्ञा नीलेन्दूनां यमस्य वरुणस्य च अन्येषां चाधिकारान् स स्वयमेवाधितिष्ठति स्वर्गनिराकृताः सर्वे तेन देवगणा भुवि विचरन्ति यथा मर्त्या महिषेन दुरात्मना एतद्वदः कथितं सर्वम् अमरार विचेष्टितं शरणं वः प्रपन्नस्महो वदस्तस्य विचिन्त्यताम् इत्थं निशम्य देवानां वचांसि मधुसूदनः चकार कोपं शम्भुश्च भ्रुकुटीकुटिलाननो ततोति कोपपूर्णस्य चक्रिणो वदनत्ततः निश्चक्राम महत्तेजो ब्रह्मणः शङ्करस्य च अन्येषां चैव देवानां शक्रादीनां शरीरतः निर्गतं सुमहत्तेजस् तच्छेक्यहं समगच्छतः अतीवः तेजसः कूटं ज्वलन्तम् इव पर्वतं ददृशुस्तसुरास्तत्र ज्वलाव्याप्तातिगन्तरम् अतुलं तत्र तत्तेजः सर्वदेव शरीरिजम् एकस्तं तद्भुनारिः व्याप्तलोकत्रयं त्विषा यद्भूषाम्भवं तेजस् तेन जायत तन्मुखं यां येन चाभवन् केशा बाहवो विष्णुर्तेजसः सौम्येन स्तनयोर्युग्मं मध्यं चेन्द्रेण चाभवत् वारुणेन च झङ्घोरुः नितम्बस्तेजसा भुव ब्रह्मणस्तेजसा पादोर्तथाङ्गुल्योर्कतेजसा वसूनां च कराङ्गुल्य कुबेरेण च नासिका तस्यास्तु दन्ताः सम्भूताः प्रजापत्येन तेजसा नयनत्रितयं यज्ञे तथा पावक तेजसा ध्रुवच संयुयस्तेजः श्रवण विनलस्य च अन्येषां चैव देवानां सम्भवस्तेजसां शिवा ततः समस्तदेवानां तेजो राशि समुद्भवां तां विलोक्य मूढं प्रपूरमरा महिषार्दिताः शूलं शूलद्विनिष्कृष्ये ददौ तस्यै पिनाकदृक् चक्रं तदत्तवान् कृष्णः समुत्पाद्य स्वचक्रतः शङ्खं च वरुणः शक्तिं ददौ तस्यै हुताशनः मारुतो दत्तवान् शापं भानपूर्णे ततिषुधिः वज्रमिन्द्र समुत्पाद्य कुलिशाधमराधिपः तदौ तस्यै सहस्राक्षो घण्टा मेरावताद् गजात् कालदण्डद्यमो दण्डं पाशुं चम्भुर्पतिर्ददौ प्रजापतिश्चाक्षमालं ददौ ब्रह्मा कमण्डलूम् समस्तरोमकूपेषु निजरश्मीन् दिवाकरः कालश्च दत्तवान् खड्गं तस्याश्चर्म च निर्मलं क्षीरोदश्चामलं हारमज्जरेत तताम्भरे चूडामणिं तथा दिव्यं कुण्डले कट्टकानि च अर्धचन्द्रं तथा शुभ्रं केयूरं सर्वबाहुषु नूपुरो विमलौ तद्वद्ग्रेव्ये काण्मुत्तमं नाङ्गलीर्यकरत्नानि समस्त स्वाङ्गलीषु च विश्वकर्मा ददौ तस्यै परशुं चातिनिर्मलम् अस्त्र्याननेकरूपाणि तथा भेद्यं च दंशनम् अमलान् पङ्कजां मालं शिरस्यूरासि चापराम् अदद्धा जलाधिस्तेः पङ्कजं शातिशोभनम् हिमवान् वाहनं सिंहं रत्नानि विविधानि च ददाव शून्यं सूरया पानपात्रं धनाधिप शेषश्च सर्वनागेशो महामन्ये विभूषितं नागहारं ददौ तस्यै दते यः पृथिवीमिमाम् अन्यैरपि सुरैर्देवी भूषणैरायुधैस्ततः समानीताननाटोचेः साटहासु मुहुर्मुहुः तस्यानादेन घोरेण कृत्स्नामापूरितं नभः अमायातीत महता प्रतिशब्दो महानुभूत चुक्षुभुः सकला लोकाः समुद्रांश च कंपिरे प्रचालवशुद्धा चेलुः सकलास्य महीधराः जेति देव्यास्य मोदाः तामूचुः सिंहवाहिनीं तुष्टुवुर्मुन्यश्चैन्यं भक्तिनाम्रार्तमूर्तयः दृष्ट्वा समस्तं संक्षुब्धं त्रैलोक्यममरारयः सन्नादिकला सैन्यास्ते समुत्तास्तारुदायुधाः आहाह किम एदादितिः क्रोधः भाषाय महिषासुरः अभ्यधावत तं शब्दम् अशेषैरसुरैर्वृताः स ददर्शौ ततो देवीं व्याप्तलोकत्रयां त्विषा पादनाक्रान्त्यः नत भुवं किरीटोल्लिखिताम्बरां शोभिता शेषपातालां धनुजानि स्वनेन तां दिशो भुजसहस्रेण समन्ताद्व्याप्य संस्थितां ततः प्रवृत्ते युद्धं तया देव्या सुरादिशं शस्त्रास्त्रे बहुधा मुक्तेरादिपीतातिगन्तरं महिषासुरनेनाश शिक्षुराख्यो महासुरः युद्धे चामराश्चान्यैश्चतुरङ्गबलान्वितः रथानामयुत्ते षद्भिरुदाराख्यो महासुरः अयुध्याथा युद्धानां सहस्रेण महाहनुः पंचशद्भिश्च नियुतेरसिरोम महासुरः अयुत्थानां शतेर्षाद्भिर्भास्कलो युद्धे रणिः गजवाजी सहस्रो गेरनेके पराजितः वृतो रथानां कोट्याच्च युद्धे तस्मिन् युध्यतः द्वितलाख्यो अयुत्थानां च पंचशद्भिरतायुधेः युद्धे संयुगे तत्र रथानां परिवारितः अन्ये च तत्रायुत्तशो रथानागाः वृताः युद्धौ संयुगे देव्याः सह तत्र महासुराः कोटि सहस्रेस्तु रथानां दन्तिनां तथा हयानां च वृतो युद्धे तत्रा भून्महिषासुरः तोमेरबिण्डिपालैश्च शक्तिभिर्मुसुलैस्तथा युद्धो संयुगे देव्या करगे परशुपट्टिशे केचिच्चिक्षपुः शक्ति केचित् पाशान् तथा परे देवी खड्गप्रहारेस्तु तें तां हन्तुं प्रचक्रमुः सापि देवी ततस्तानि शस्त्राणि अस्त्राणि चण्डिका लीलयैव प्रचिच्छेदः निजशस्त्रास्त्रवर्षिणीः अन्नयास्तानना देवी स्तूयमाना सुरक्षिभिः मुमोचासुरदेहेषु शस्त्राणि अस्त्राणि शेश्वरी सोऽपि क्रुधो धूतसतः देव्या वाहनकेसरी चचार सूरः सैन्येषु निश्वे वन्येष्विव हुताशनः निश्वासान् मुमोचे यांश्च युध्यमाना रणेऽम्बिका स एव सद्य सम्भूताः गणाः शतसहस्रश युद्धुस्ते परशु भिण्डी पालासी पट्टिशे नाशयन्त सुरगणान् देवी शक्त्यापबृंहताः अवादयन्तः पट्टहान गणाः शङ्कासता परे मृदगांश्च तथैवान्ये तस्मिन् युद्ध महोत्सवे ततो देवी त्रिशूलेन गदया शक्तिवृष्टिभिः खड्गादिभिश्च शतशो निजगान महासुरान् पातयामास चैवान्यान् घण्टास्वन विमोहितान् असुरान् भूविपाशेन भद्वः चान्याद्यकर्षयत् केचिद्विदः कृतास्तीक्ष्णैः खड्गः पातैस्तथा परे विपोतिता निपातेन गदया भुवि शैरते विमुश्च केचिद्रुधिरं मुसुलेन भृशं हताः केचिन्निपातिता भूमौ भिन्नाः शूलेन वक्षसि निरन्तराः शरोगेने कृताः केचिद्रनाझरे शनेनानकारिणा प्राणान् मुमुक्षु स्त्रीदशार्दनाः केशंश्छिद्ध वाहश्छिन्नश्छिन्नस्ग्रीवस्तथा परे क्षीरांसि पेतुरन्येषामन्ये मध्ये विदारिताः विचिन्न जाङ्ग स्वपरे पेतुरुर्व्यं महासुराः एकबाहवश्चिच्चरणा केचिद्देव्या द्विधाकृताः छिन्न पीचान्ये शिरसि पतिताः पुनरुत्थिताः कबन्धायुधिर्देवाः गृहीत परमायुधाः न नृस्तुश्चापरेः तत्र युद्धे तुर्यलयाश्रिताः कबन्धश्छिन्न शिरसाः खड्गा शक्त्य हृष्टपानय तिष्ठतिष्ठेति भाषन्तो देवी मन्ये महासुराः पातितेह रथा नागेश्वर्य सुरेश वसुन्धरा आगम्य स भवत्तत्र यत्रा भूत्स महारणः शोणितोगाः महानद्य सद्यस्तत्र प्रसूस्तुभुः मध्ये चासुरसैन्यस्य वारानसुरवाजिनां शनेन तन्महासैन्यम् असुराणां तथाम्बिका निन्येषयं यतः वहनिस्त्रीन् धारुन्महाक्षयम् स च सिंहो महानादम् उत्सृच्छन्धूतकेसरः शरीरेभ्यो मरारीणाम् सूनिव विचिन्वति देव्या गणेशतेस्तत्र कृतं युद्धं महासुरैः यत्तेषां तुष्टुषुर्देवाः पुष्पवृष्टिमुचोदिभिः ओम 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 जय जय मार्कंडे पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी महात्म्यः सत्याः सन्तु यजमानस्य कामः जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विचे. Keep the flowers in your hand. You will recite the third chapter. Keep focusing on Mahalakshmi. Om At Tritiyodhyayah Dhyanam. Om Adhyat Bhanu Sahasrakanto Maruna Shomam Shiro Malikam रक्तालिप्तपयोधरां जपवटीं विद्यामभीतिं वरम् हस्तार्भ्ये दधतीं त्रिनेत्रः विलसत् वक्त्रारविन्दश्रियम् देवीं वदहि मां शूरत्न मुकुटां वन्दे अरविन्दस्थिताम् ॐ ऋषिरुवाच निहन्यमानं तत्सैन्यम् अविलोक्य महासुरः सेनानिश्चिक्षुर्योः कोपाद्ययो योद्धुं तथाम्बिकां स देवीं शरवर्षेण ववर्ष संवरे सुरः यथा मेरुगिरे शृङ्गं तोयवर्षेण तोयद तस्याश्चित्वा ततो देवीं लीलयैव शरोत्करान् जगान तुरगान् वाणिर्यन्तारं चैव वाजिनां चिक्षेज च धनोः सद्यो ध्वजं चाति समुच्चितं विव्याध चैव गात्रेषु छिन्नधन्वानमाशुगेः मच्छिन्नः धन्वः वीरतो हतः स्वः हतः सारथि अभ्यधावत तां देवीं कड्डचर्मधरो सुरः सिंहमागत्य खड्गेन तीक्ष्णधारेण मूर्धनि आजगाने भुजे सव्ये देवीमप्याति वेगवान् तस्याः करगो भुजं प्राप्य पपलनपनन्दन ततो जग्राह शूलं स कोपाधारुणलोचनः चिक्षेप च ततस्तत्तुः भद्रकाल्यं महासुरः जाज्वल्यमानहं तेजोभिरविभिम्बरात् दृष्ट्वा तदा तच्छूलं देवी शूलममुच्छतः तच्छूलं शतदा तेन नीतं स च महासुरः हते तस्मिन् महावीर्ये महेशस्य चमुपत्तहो आजगाम गजारूढश्चामरस्त्रीदशार्दनः सोऽपि हि शक्तिमुमोचात देव्यस्तामाम्बिका द्रुतं हुंकारविहतां भूमौ पातयामास निष्प्रभं भग्नां शक्तिं निपातितं दृष्ट्वा क्रोधसमन्वितः शिक्षेप चामरः शूलं भाने सदपि सच्चिनात् ततः सिंहः समुत्पत्य गज कुम्भान्तरे स्थितः बहो युद्धेन युयुद्धेर् तेनोचे स्त्रीदशारिणाः युध्यमानः तथास्तु होतुः तस्मान्नागान् महिं गतो युयुधातीति संरब्धो प्राहारे रतिदारुणेः ततो वेगात् कमुत्पत्य निपत्य च मृगारिणा करप्रहारेण शिरश्चामरस्य पृथक् कृतम् उद्रग्यस्य रणे देव्या शीलावृक्षादिभिर्हतः दन्तमुष्टिस्थलेष्यैव करालश्च निपातितः देवी क्रुधा गदापातेर्चूर्णयामास चोदतं भाष्कलं भिन्दिपालेन भानेस्ताम्रं तताण्डकम् उग्रास्यम् उग्रवीर्यं च तदेव च महाहनुं त्रिनेत्र च त्रिशूलेन जगान परमेश्वरी वीथालस्यासिना कायात् पातयामास वै शिरः दुर्धरं दुर्मुखं क्षोभो शरेर्निन्येयमक्षयम् एवं संशीयमाने तु स्वसैन्य महिषासुरः महिषेन स्वरूपेण त्रासयामास तान् गणान् कांसितुण्ड प्रहारेण खूरशेपैस्तथा परान् लाङ्गूल्याताडितांश्चान्यात् शृङ्गाभ्यां च वितारितान् वेगेन कांश्चिद्दः परानादेन ब्रह्मणेन च निश्वासः पवनेनान्यान् पातयामास भूतले निपात्य प्रमथानीखम् अभ्यधावत् सोऽसुरः सिंहं हन्तुं महादेव्याः कोपं चक्रे ततोऽम्बिका सोऽपि कोपान् महावीर्ये क्रूरशून महीतलः शृङ्गाभ्यां पर्वतानुनाप्शिक्षेपः च ननाद च वेगब्रह्मण विक्षूणः महितस्य विशीर्यतः लाङ्गुले हतस्वाब्धिः प्लावयामास सर्वतः धूतशृङ्ग विभिन्नाश्च खण्डं खण्डं युर्गणाः श्वासानिलस्ताः शतशो निपेत्युर्भ्यसोचलाः इति क्रोधः समाद्माथम् आपतन्तं महासुरं दृष्ट्वा सा चण्डिका कोपात् तद्वद्धाय ततात्करोत् साक्षिप्त्वा तस्य वेपाशं तं बबन्ध महासुरं तद्याज महिषं रूपं सोऽपि बद्धो महामृदे ततः सिंहो भवत् सद्य यावत् श्यामाम्बिका शिरः छिन्नत्तिः तावत् पुरुषः खड्गपाणिर्यदृश्यतः ततः एवाशु पुरुषं देवी चिक्षेद सायकेः तं खड्गचर्मणा सार्धं ततः सोऽभून्महागजः करेण च महासिंहं तं च कर्ष जगर्जचः कर्षतस्तु करं देवीं खड्गेन निरकृतं ततः ततो महासुरो भूयो महिषां वा पुरासितः तथैव शोभयामास त्रैलोक्यं सचराचरं। ततः क्रुधा जगन्माता चण्डिका पानमुत्तमं पपो पुनः पुनश्चैव जहासारुणलोचना। ननदचासुरसोऽपि बलवीर्यान्मदोद्धतः भीषाणाभ्यां च चिक्षेपः चण्डिकां प्रातिभूधरान्। स च तान् प्रहितांस्तेन चूर्णयन्ति शरोत्करैः। उवाच तां मधोद्धूतम् उखरागाकुलाक्षरम्। देव्य उवाच गर्ज गर्ज शनं मूढा मधुमधुयावातिभाम्यहम्। मया त्वयि हतैस्त्रेव गर्जयान्त्याशु देवता। ऋषिरुवाच इत्युक्त्वा समुत्पत्य सारूढा तां महासुरं। पादनाक्रम्य कण्ठे च शूलेन नमतादयात्। ततः सोऽपि पदाक्रान्तास्तया निजमुखाकतः। अर्धनिश्रान्त एवासीत् देव्या वीर्येण संवृतः। अर्धनिश्रान्त एवासो युध्यमानो महासुरः। तया महासिना देव्या शिरश्छित्त्वा न निपातितः। ततो हा हा कृतं सर्वं दैत्यसैन्यं ननाशतात्। प्रहर्षं च परं जगमुः सकला देवतागणाः। तुष्टुवोस्तां सुरा देवी सह दिव्यैर्महर्षिभिः। जगुर्गन्धर्वपतयो नुस्तुषाप्सुरोगणाः। ॐ ओम जय जय मार्कंडे पुराणे सावर्णिके मन्वन्तरे देवी महात्म्य सत्याः सन्तु यजमानस्य कामः। जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु। ओम ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डायै विचे। We'll have two bhajans, and when we return, we will discuss all these verses or some of these verses that we have read.
वांछित फल वरदाये, मंगलदात्री देने वाली, मन वांछित फल वरदाये। त्वारिति हरि कोई खाली नहीं जाए, त्वारिति हरि कोई खाली नहीं जाए। जय ब्रह्मानी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय ब्रह्मानी जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। राम भजन हम निश दिन करते, मन में जपते नाम विमल। राम भजन हम निश दिन करते, मन में जपते नाम विमल। शरण पसारो एक सहारा, मैया तेरे शरण कमल। शरण पसारो एक सहारा, मैया तेरे शरण कमल। चेती शेरन जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। चेती शेरन जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय नारायण जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। जय नारायण जय जय दुर्गे, जय जय अम्बे नमो नमः। 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 श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय।
Shiravali Mata ki Jai. Om Namaschandikaye. Today we are going to discourse on chapter 2 and chapter 3. So I think all of you know that the Durga Saptashati has 13 chapters, and chapter 2, 3, and 4 make up what we call the Madhyam Charitra, or the middle part of this text. Charitra means descriptions of the Divine Mother. So all of us should know about the descriptions and the pastimes of the Divine Mother. We all worship God in the form of Shakti, the divine energy. And therefore, we should know what her form represents, what kind of messages they give us, and what it helps us to be reminded about the true power of God. It helps us to never ever fall into a state where we feel helpless, because God is always with us. God is all pervading. So this Madhyam Charitra of this great Devi that we call Bhagavati, we call the Devi Ma. In the second chapter, the Rishi commences with a dhyan on which form of mother? Mahalakshmi. All of us want Lakshmi in this world. We want wealth of various kinds. We get up every day thinking about how we're going to earn our keep. We also want spiritual wealth, because without knowledge about God, how will we reach God? So this is called Lakshmi. So in this particular dhyan, in this meditation mantra, the Rishi describes her, he depicts her in a superhuman form. 18 arms she is displaying. Now one may ask, why is there a form of mother with 18 arms? It shows that God is beyond all of us. You and I have 2 arms, and that too, they are not all powerful. But by displaying this kind of form, the mother shows us completedness in all respects. It gives us hope that we are fully protected in all respects. And in these hands of hers, she is carrying celestial weapons. So what seems like an ordinary weapon, like a sword, a trishul, a spear, a noose, etc., they're not normal weapons. They are celestial weapons. How do we know they are celestial? First of all, what is a celestial weapon? A celestial weapon is something that may resemble an ordinary weapon, but when it is unleashed, it becomes what we know as best as an atomic weapon. Completely destructive, but not like our atomic weapons, because our atomic weapons have no discrimination. If you launch an atomic bomb today, it will destroy everything in its path. But these celestial weapons of the Devi are fully under her control. She's able to destroy the enemy without harming the good people. So each of these weapons that she is reflecting is something just amazing. And we should all be able to focus on these weapons. They should be able to give us strength. So this Lakshmi, who is ready for war, it seems, the Rishi also says she is exceedingly beautiful at the same time. What a contrast. When we are angry, I don't think we look beautiful. When we are ready for war, I don't think we look beautiful. But the Divine Mother is so powerful. She is so beautiful at the same time. And she is ready for what? For war. She is ready to fight. With who is she going to fight? So this Mahalakshmi, this Devi, is also praised in other scriptures. The Rig Ved, the oldest of our written, recorded scriptures, she is described there. And the entire universe is described as her expansion. The bounty that we see around us, that we are abusing sometimes, is actually her expansion. She is unfathomable, and she is glowing in luster and pervading all the worlds. See, when the Devi appears, you will know that she appears. Ladies make a statement when they appear. She is definitely recognizable. This same suktam that I am speaking of in the Rig Ved also describes another form of this Lakshmi, which is her wrath, her anger, which is called Lakshmi. So Lakshmi can cause your wealth to grow, and Lakshmi will cause your wealth and everything around you to burn. When does she take that form? To destroy the evil and demoniac. Now, evil and demoniac is not only beings. Evil and demoniac is also found within us. Our tendencies, our bad thoughts, our bad behavior, our selfish thoughts. All of these things, the Lakshmi will come to it. This is the job of the Lakshmi. And this is exactly what she did when the Devas and the citizens of the world were plagued by this evil demon called Mahish. So this Mahish was a demon that could take human form, and he could take the form of a buffalo as well. Now you may ask this question, is this real? Could it happen? You must remember that demons also have supernatural powers. Right now there are demons roaming around the earth. You can't even see them. So if they have the power to make themselves invisible, surely they also have the power to take any form that they want. So this Mahesh, we ask ourselves, how far back does all of this go? How old is the Durga Saptashati? How old are these descriptions? We do not know, because even the date when it was written down for us, it existed long before that. So if you look at the date the text was written, it's not the date that it started to exist. In fact, there are archaeological finds and civilizations that flourished between 2600 and 1900 BCE. So this is before the appearance of Christ. They found images of a Devi together with an angry buffalo. Now, this is over 3,000 years before the Durga Saptashati was penned in the form that we see today. So this Devi that we are worshipping is not something we pulled out of our imagination and started worshipping a few hundred years ago. Now, let us look deeper to see what this Devi represents and why she appears. She has appeared in this case for the welfare of society, for the welfare of the world, and for the Devatas who were worshipping her, praying for her appearance. Why? Because they were faced with a problem. What was their problem? They were ousted from their positions. So when somebody wants a particular position, you can defend that position for as long as you can. If you cannot defend the position, you need outside help. You need the help of a greater force. Every day you and I are faced with challenges. These challenges are actually attempts to dissettle us, to remove us from our path of righteousness, to remove us from the good work that we are doing. And what do we need? We need higher assistance. We need a higher force to assist us so that we remain focused, we remain unmoved. So these devas that were in charge, so they are devas that are mentioned in the Vedas: Agni, Surya, Vayu, Chandra, Yama, Varun. All of these devas appear in the Vedas. Most ancient texts, what happened to them? They were forcibly removed from their jurisdiction by this Mahish. And you know that when good people are doing work and they are unnecessarily criticized, they are unnecessarily removed from their positions, what happens? Service delivery fails. So Agni, Surya, Vayu, Chandra, Yama, and Varun have been put in place to see to our welfare here on earth. Surya is the sun, Agni is fire, Vayu is the air, Chandra is the moon, Yama is the god of death, and Varun is the deity presiding over water. All of these things here is the service delivery which God has put in place for us. Now, if they are removed, what is going to happen to creation? They are in trouble. So what did they do? They did not become corrupt. When they were under pressure, they did not become corrupt. They looked for help from a higher force. So in the Bhagavad Gita, we are told that when we do puja, we must also make offerings to the devas. And the devas will keep us happy. They will see to all our needs, whether it is happiness, love, food, education, anything that you might need comes from the devas, and they have been instructed by Bhagwan. He has empowered them to give us what we need. Now, if they are not receiving our puja, our havan, etc., what's going to happen? We are going to suffer. So the devas went to the presence of Bhagwan in his forms as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiv. And they all stood together and they started to harness a energy from within each of them that converged into one place. So a light emerged from the forehead of all the devas, including Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiv. And where they stood and all this light converged. So if you imagine all of them standing in this huge circle, okay, and from each of their foreheads, lights converged in the middle. Where this great light converged, a great Devi appeared. So from this light, this great Devi appeared. Therefore, Devi, or the supreme energy that we see around us, is the energy of God. It is not different from God. You cannot separate God and his energy. Okay? What happens to us when you separate us from our energy? Our prana, our energy, our soul leaves the body. What happens? the body falls down, it is dead, it is over. God does not die, and therefore his energy cannot be separated from him. So this great indestructible Devi was now formed, this Mahadevi, this great Devi. What is all this showing us? See, instead of bickering with each other, if we stand together like the Devas, we put our hearts together, we put our minds together, we leave our differences aside, you know how much more we can do in this world? So rather than focusing on having enmity with others, the Devas show us that unity is the way to work. It also shows us a cooperation between Purush and Prakriti. Purush means the manifested form, and Prakriti means the energy. So Bhagwan is called the Mahapurush, and Devi is called the Mahadevi. It also shows you that male and female, we have to cooperate, we have to work together. And if we work together, we will be successful. Now, once this Devi manifested, she was adorned with various ornaments that were given to her as gifts by these Devas. What kind of adornments? Auspicious adornments. Sholaha Sringar. There are certain adornments which create the right energies for a woman and make her powerful, so that she is able to perform her duties to the best of her abilities. They have an effect on her. Like some of us put a mala on our neck. It is not only for decoration. Yes, it looks good, but it's not only there for decoration. We wear Tulsi mala, we wear Rudraksha mala. All of these things have an effect on us. If you imbibe the right qualities and you wear it for the right reasons. So this Devi was adorned with various kinds of ornaments, like clothing. What kind of clothing? Not any kind of skimpy clothing. A lady's power must be protected by her clothing. A lady's power develops with her clothing. A lady's charm develops with her clothing. So what kind of clothing was the Devi adorned with? Sari. Sari represents Lajja. Lajja means, trying to find the English word for Lajja. When I remember it, I'll come back to you. But it shows a person who is dressed well, automatically you will think about how you talk to them. You will think carefully about your words, and you will speak with respect. Why? That person is dressed in a respectful manner. So sari is Lajja. Jewelry, because she is beautiful. And all of us like to dress up. We all like jewelry, etc. The Divine Mother too. She likes to adorn herself because she is beauty manifest. She was wearing a shawl, makeup, bangles, etc. All of these things make a lady complete and radiant. I know that most of us, or many of us in the world, we compromise our dressing in the name of style. But whose style is it? It is the style of the Western world. And if you compare the ethics and the teachings that we have in Sanatana Dharma, together with the thoughts and the ethics of those who are living in the Western world, you will realize that we should not be giving in to the way that they dress. It is our dress that is more beautiful. A lady looks absolutely stunning, radiant, and complete when she is dressed in garb that is similar to the Divine Mother. I am also going to say to you that the same applies to men. A man dressed in his traditional garb makes him complete. Okay, so you must think about that. In Ramcharitmanas, we also read about, sorry, thank you. Pandit Rohit reminded me that the correct word for Lajja is modesty. Okay, modesty and respect. Thank you so much, Panditji. So in Ramcharitmanas, we read that Sati Ansuya gave Mother Sita a special type of clothing a sari to wear. And that sari had a special kind of power. It could not get dirty, it could not get tainted or anything like that. So clothing also is able to maintain a certain kind of energy around you. Also the color of clothing. I have not seen any text that describes mother wearing full black clothing, for example. A lady's radiance is sent forth by the color, by her Shakti. In fact, red and yellow, this Durga Saptashati actually mentions it. I can't tell you where, but I read it in one of the Dhyan mantras that she's wearing yellow and red clothing. These are the colors that will send forth your true Shakti. So think about it. So what we have read here today, all these weapons, these adornments, is a symbol of this idea of woman empowerment. So we have had great respect, and we have wanted to empower our women from time immemorial, from the time God created this world. Why do we want to empower women? Because they are worthy of empowerment? Because perhaps they need us to give them a start, to give them the confidence that they want. And once a woman is empowered, she becomes a pillar of strength herself, to the extent that she is then called Ambika. In Sanskrit, Ambika means the mother of the universe. Ambika Devi is also associated with agriculture and fertility. So this is called the potential of a lady. By empowering a lady, she will realize her true potential, and she will become an even greater asset to all of us. But remember, I said this must work with cooperation. Both must work together. Both must have the same kind of ideas. If we follow what the scriptures are teaching us, then I think we will be more successful. So systematically, she destroys the armies of Mahish. But the problem does not end there, because Mahish is still alive. So on a daily basis also, we are very often treating the symptoms of our problems. Okay? We are treating the symptoms of our problems. We need to treat the source. Who is the source? Mahish. So she is now destroying all his armies, and at the end of the second chapter. We now move on to the third chapter, and let's see what she does. In the third chapter, there is a fierce battle between the Devi and the generals of the army. And she seems to be immune to the onslaught of the arrows. And the Rishi describes it. He says, just like how rainfall falls on Mount Meru. So Mount Meru is a huge mountain. I can't possibly explain its magnanimity to you. He says, just like how rainfall falls on the mountain and nothing happens to the mountain, similarly, all the arrows that were being fired on her were just deflecting off her without even making any kind of impression, not even a scratch on her. This is the nature of the Devi. And earlier on in the week, we read about Devyaha Kavacham, the shield of the mother. So that same shield that the mother has protected herself with, she has given to us, her children. And she says, see, if you recite this kavach and focus on me enough, you will also get a shield like this. You will also become immune to those arrows that are falling on you. You will be able to deflect them as well. So I have said this before many times, and I'm going to repeat myself. Every one of us should read some text every day, whether it is one verse, 10 verses, a whole stuti. Don't leave home if you have not read some part. We call that part. Even if it is one verse of Gita, recitation of the Gayatri mantra, Hanuman Chalisa, all of these things will give you some level of protection. And in the world that we are living, we need all the help that we can get. Whether you are going to write an exam, whether you are going to work, etc. And here the mother is giving it to us in bounty. 700 verses we have got about her. There are more verses. But these 700 verses, I cannot explain to you how much of trouble it is saving you from. When you do the Durga part in your home or you listen to this, you do not see what is happening, but the Devi knows the kind of protection she's given you. We can only imagine how much of danger must have missed us because we have listened to this, because we have read this, because we have faith in the mother. Now, these generals that she's fighting with, they got very interesting names. One guy is called Karala. Karala means one who has a gaping mouth. You know, a person who's lazy and they want to fall asleep, his mouth gapes open. That one guy's name was Karala, and she killed him. What does that Karal, that gaping mouth, represent? Laziness. We must get rid of our laziness in all respects. Mother is saying, cut it down. Number 2, Udata, one who is arrogant and rude, obviously for no good reason. It's his natural tendency. Rudeness and arrogance must leave us. Next guy's name is Tamra. Tamra is one who is oppressive. What is the need to be oppressive? A person who is oppressive is actually in competition with you. And I mentioned earlier on, being in competition with each other is not going to help us. Stop competing with other people. We're on the same journey. There's no need to compete with each other. Next guy was called Andhaka. Andhaka means one who is blind, morally blind. Not necessarily physically blind, morally blind. You can't see what is right and good, wrong in this world. You can't see, you can't realize what is your true purpose here. All you want to see is the material enjoyments. But there's more to it. There must be another reason why you are here. So this andhaka, this blindness must be taken away. How is this blindness of ignorance taken away? Through gyan, through knowledge, through reading. All of us must have books and we must read. Read about God. Don't limit yourself to one book. Do not become brainwashed by one chain of thought only. The scriptures are vast. The forms of God are vast. Open yourself to it because we are seekers. The path is not definite, we are seekers. We will attain the same goal, but in our own way. Next one was called Ugrasya, the one who was fierce-faced, who was looking frightening in countenance, not beautiful. Let us have inner beauty and outer beauty. Yes, you must look after yourself also. You must look neat. Nobody should look untidy. Then the other guy was called Durmukh. Durmukh means one who is foul-mouthed, speaking bad words all the time. Okay? All those of you who swear. I know some people have a huge vocabulary of swear words. Let us start cutting it down. Let's not be Durmukh. Mataji is saying, we're using the same mouth to chant Ram Nam. Don't put some other words there too. Let's start removing that. Okay? So these Asuras had horses and elephants, and Devi was seated on a lion while she engaged in battle. Right? Each lion is king of the jungle. Therefore, it shows her supremacy. Lion is king of the jungle. So all the other animals become minuscule in front of the lion. In fact, just when he roars, all the other animals start running. So Mahish now sees that his army has been laid low, and he takes a buffalo form and he started pounding the earth, a gigantic buffalo form. He's pounding the earth and striking terror into the world. So Devi first swung her noose around him. Okay, so she caught him. And why did she do that? Because the noose, see, when our weaknesses, our negative tendencies start running, there's no control over it. What's going to happen? Complete destruction. So she took the noose to control that first. Let me bring it under control first. And now I will start to destroy it. Now, anything that causes our weaknesses to run loose must be curbed. We must put a noose on it. And one of the things I can think of that is so common in this world is intoxicants. Without intoxicants, some of us are in trouble. We already can't control what we say. With intoxicants, What's going to happen? Put a noose on it. So the Devi puts a noose on him. And what happens? He now takes his human form. When you remove the intoxicants from your life, all the inhuman tendencies will leave you. You got a better chance to be a good human being. Now, just like this Mahesh, sometimes we have these animal tendencies, buffalo-like tendencies, and sometimes we have human-like tendencies. But let us minimize, let us cut out the buffalo-like tendencies. Why? Think about a buffalo. A buffalo is huge in size. It is well built. It is strong. But it is a very angry creature. You go near a buffalo, it doesn't hesitate to charge you. A buffalo also will always fight with other males in his presence. He wants all the females for himself. So the buffalo represents lust. So what does Devi do now? She has now come to this time where it is to kill this Mahishasura. But Mother is all merciful. All of creation has come from her. So in the 37th and 38th verse, Rishi Markandeya says, the Devi mocked Mahish. And she says to him, she says raw as in make a sound, because you want to act like a buffalo, make that sound. And what did she do? It says that she took a sweet drink. A sweet drink, that is what she says, that she had. And she warned Mahish, she says, when I finish drink this nectar that I've got in my cup here, I am coming for you. So that was like his final warning. All the terrible things you did, you got one more chance to surrender. Okay, why did she do this? Yes, she wanted to give him a chance. Secondly, that cup. According to the verses in the 2nd chapter, she was given a divine cup, drinking cup. When somebody gives you a gift, what do? You appreciate it. She was wearing all the clothes and all the other things that were given to her. So she took the cup and she made use of it also. And what did she drink? Nectar. From this kamandalu, this cup is called a kamandalu. So while we are going through this text, we also come across words that we should become familiar with. See, kamandalu means a drinking cup. So Devi, by doing this, is also showing us something. That all the things that you offer to her, dhar, panchamrit, fruit juices, they say Mataji loves anar, pomegranate. In the Navaratri, it is very beneficial to offer pomegranate, etc. It shows you, what she did here shows you that she accepts all these pure and lovely things that you offer to her. Okay? So now Mahish is pinned down, and victory is attained when the true cause is pinned down. He was the source. He was the one who gathered all these armies. He was the one who got them to do all terrible things in the world, etc. He was now caught in the right place. So Mahish's changing forms represent the choices that Surat and Samadhi are faced with. In the 1st chapter, we read that the two people who are listening to this katha is Surat and Samadhi. Isn't it? One king and a businessman. They are faced with various choices. Just like Mahish, he can be human or he can be buffalo. What was he choosing? And all of us are faced with those same kind of choices every day. We have to make the right choices. So both of them had lost their kingdoms. They lost their wealth. And what they were doing, they went to Rishi Medhas and they are saying, tell us what to do so that we understand what is happening first. When they understood it, eventually we will hear about it in the last part of this book. What did they choose? What did they actually desire? So you're going to have to wait for the last day of this katha to know what happened to them and what they choose. But in the meantime, we have to think about what is it that we really want from this life. When we leave here, what is it that we want to say, I can take this with me? That is the reason why you are here. So then Devi eventually She put an end to this Mahishasur, and the rishis and munis then started to praise her. So let's go back. When they wanted her to appear, they praised her. Now that she got rid of their problem, they are praising her again. Therefore, our problems are endless. Therefore, we have to praise the Devi every day. We must pray every day to Bhagwan to ensure that we enjoy her favor. The heavenly damsels, the Gandharva and the Apsara, they also sang and danced in joy. Now, this is why we celebrate Navaratri. Navaratri is a celebration. Nobody should be upset because they are fasting. Nobody should be complaining because they are fasting. Navaratri is a tiohar. It's a utsav. It's a celebration. What are we celebrating? We are celebrating the end of evil. We are celebrating that the Divine Mother is part of our lives, and all the negative things are going to leave us. We must believe that. If we don't believe that, it means you don't have faith. Somehow we are going to be successful. So for those of you who like to visit India, in the state of Karnataka, there is a city called Mysore. Mysore got its name from Mahishasur. Where the Devi killed Mahishasur, that place is called Mysore. And in that city, there is a smallish kind of mountain that is called Chamundi Hills. That's where she killed Mahishasur. And today there's a very, very famous temple there. It's called Chamundeshwari Mandir. Chamundeshwari Mandir. Because this Devi is another name for her is called Chamunda. So all this philosophy is so nicely considered when we worship Devi with so much of care. The Devi Bhagavad says in the Navaratri, we should have a murti of Devi, we should put sari, we should decorate it with flowers, branches, color, lamps, etc., etc. If you want the Devi to come to your home, you must attract her to your home. Like we spend money on our birthdays and so many other things that we do, you must spend some money for Navaratri on the Devi. She is Lakshmi. Everything you give to her will come back tenfold to you. We are not doing it only because of that, but let's be very honest. We live in challenging times. We need to get by with a little more ease. We need Mataji in our homes. Whether or not she comes to your home for Navaratri depends on you. How pure your home is at this point in time, how much you have decorated, how much you are worshipping her, and how much you are thinking of her. With these words, I wish you a pleasant and joyous Sharad Navaratri. May Mataji always keep you in her care. Mahalakshmi Namostute. We'll now have Durga Chalisa.
Namo Namo Durga Sukhavarani, Namo Namo Ambe Dukare, Jyoti
ओम मंगल की सेवा सुन मेरी देवी, हाथ जोड़ तेरे द्वार करे। पान सुपारी गजा नारियल, ते द्वारा तेरे वेद धरे। सुन जगदम्बे करण विलंबे, संतन के भंडार करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। बोध विधाता तू जग माता, कारज सिद्ध करे। चरण कमल का दिया आसरा, शरण तुम्हारे आन परे। जब जब वीर पड़े वतन पर, तब तब आय सहाय करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। गुरु की महिमा सकल जग मोयो, सरुगि रूप रूप धरे। माता हो कर पुत्र खिलावे, कहीं माया हो भोग करे। सुख सुखदाई सदा सहाई, संत करे जयकार करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकारी कल्याण करे। ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश पद लिए, देव देव तेरे द्वार करे। अचल सिंहासन देखी माता, सिर सोने का चट धरे। भार सनीचत कुमकुम भरणी, सबल अंगुर पर हुक्म करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। खड्ग कपर त्रिशूल हासनी, खड्गबीज को भस्म करे। शुंभ निशुंभ शरणी में मारे, महिषासुर को पकड़ धरे। आदित्य वाणी आदि भवानी, जन अपने को कष्ट हरे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। कोपित होकर दानव मारे, चंद्र मुंड जब दूर करे। तब तुम देखो दया रूप हो, पल में संकट दूर करे। सौम्य स्वभाव दान मेरी माता, जन की अर्ज कबूल करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। सात वार की महिमा वर्णी, सब गुण कौन बखान करे। लिंग पीत पर चढ़ी भवानी, अतल भुवन में राज करे। दर्शन पावे मंगल गावे, सिंहासन तेरी भेंट करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। ब्रह्मा वेद परे तेरे द्वारे, शिव शंकर हरि ज्ञान करे। इंद्र कृष्ण तेरे करे आरती, समर कुबेर दुलाय करे। जय जननी जय मातो भवानी, अचल भुवन में राज करे। संतन प्रतिपाली सदा कुशाली, जयकाली कल्याण करे। जयकाली कल्याण करे, जयकाली कल्याण करे।
कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं, संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं, सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। मङ्गलं भगवान् विष्णुः मङ्गलं गरुडध्वज मङ्गलं पुण्डरीकाक्ष मङ्गलाय तनोहरि। सर्वमङ्गलमङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ अपराध सहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मामत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वर। आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजां चैव न जानामि क्षमस्व परमेश्वर। अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मत्कारुण्य भावेन रक्ष त्वं परमेश्वर। बोलिए विघ्नहर्ता गणेश भगवान की जय। जगत जननी पार्वती माता की जय। शिव शंकर भगवान की जय। सीता रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। लक्ष्मण जी की जय। महावीर स्वामी बजरंग बली की जय। श्री लक्ष्मी नारायण भगवान की जय। श्री बालकृष्ण भगवान की जय। गंगा यमुना सरयू सरस्वती मैया की जय। श्री राधे कृष्ण भगवान की जय। ओम नमः पार्वती पतये। हर हर महादेव हर। जय जय श्री राधे। जय जय श्री राधे। जय जय श्री राधे श्याम। सबको जय सिया राम। जय माता दी।